Hey guys, welcome to another week, another teaser. So this one will be from the 1st of September to the 5th of September. Let's see what we have. On Monday, Pizzi's costly purchase creates tension between his parents. Um, yeah, I mean, you have to wonder, like, how does he even get access to purchase things? Because he's a kid. So that there it's an oversight, I would say, from the parents. No kid should be allowed to make any kind of purchase because one is like, well, where will they be getting that kind of money? And the second one, if it's an online purchase, then where did they get the card details? So yeah, I just think it's an oversight from the parents. But hey, I'm not here to tell anyone how they should be parenting, but I just think that shouldn't be happening, especially to a kid. Pretty fierce Lehasa's actions may ignite feud with Kwezi. Pretty Lehasa Kwezi, I just get a sense that there's nothing going on. Like the writers, I don't think they have any idea what they want to do or try to do with these characters, because at the moment they try to play the whole, okay, now Lehasa is this changed guy and he's trying to do things the right way, by the book, if you may, but it's oh, sorry about that, but it's not working. It's not working because you can see that they really have no idea what they're doing with the characters. But maybe over time that might change. But for now, I don't see even what's the point of their stories. The characters. I mean, Rachel's dodgy doctor follows through on his promise. I love anything Rachel. Any storyline Rachel, I love it. I love what they've been doing so far. I just hope it doesn't drag for too long, because Saam has a tendency of doing that. But otherwise, I love everything Rachel. I love the whole drug dealing, drug lords, money laundering story. I'm enjoying that one. So yeah, I'll just wait and see where it goes. Tuesday, Charles Konuto's family joyfully welcomes him back home. Finally, my man is back. So hopefully they will have some interesting stories, because yeah, when I look at Skeem Saam and everything that's going on story-wise, I don't think they have a lot of stories going on, and that's part of the problem, right? I mean, if you are storytelling or you are a soapy that claims to be a storyteller, shouldn't you then be telling stories? Now, I'm not saying every story should be worthwhile and this and that, but I just think more recent, I think for the past month or two ago, they've been more like more advertising than actually doing stories. I will understand if they were to create some storyline around whatever product that they want to advertise, but with them is you can see like it's just plain right advertisement, and it's like, well, but what does that have to do with this other thing? So it's, yeah, in my opinion, I think it's a messy way of ruining a good show. They could find a way to make whatever product that they want to advertise be part of the story, than out of the blue in a conversation and someone just talks about whatever thing and it's like, but what's that got to do with anything? So anyway, Tibos and Mapitsi share a moment of panic Also, now I see what they are trying to do. So eventually there's gonna be this event, right? That's gonna happen, and most likely it will happen to Piti, and that's how Tibos and Mapiti will then come together and fix things, and Tibos, I guess, officially move on, because there is, they will come to realize that, well, we've been too busy bickering with each other and we neglected the safety of our kid, and that will make them be like, well, let's be people, and let's treat each other right, and let's try to make this work for the sake of, so I see that angle. I just don't know. Okay, at the moment, let me just say, at the moment, I have no thoughts around that direction that they're taking. So we'll see how it plays out. Peterson confronts Kwesi for leading him on when she knew she loved another man. Did she know, though, that she loved another man? Did she know? Because okay, again, I stand to be corrected, but I don't remember at any point Kwesi maybe even hinting that she has a thing for someone else besides Robert. Yes, I could see that she wasn't really fully in, especially with getting emotions invested in that whole relationship, but I just never got the sense of she's like wishing to be with someone else, or she was in love with someone else. So yes, this is obviously, he's right by confronting her for leading him on. I just don't know if the reason he's doing that is the correct one. I just think, yes, Kwesi was wrong to lead him on, but I don't think she did it because she was in love with someone else. I just think she did it because she was still trying to figure out herself. That's why she didn't even want to rush into anything serious. So anyway, just my opinion. On Wednesday, the police pay Leeto Maputla a visit at the worst time possible. I wonder what could be happening. But I'm guessing all the gang is there, and police, well, they're referring to Babele, really. Babele and who's the other one? And Tola. So they're referring to Babele and Tola, and they say the police. But yeah, so we'll see. Tibos and Mapiti clash over how to discipline their son. See, that's exactly what I was saying, that this is the angle that they are going to take, or where they will eventually realize that they are bickering, them fighting each other will put Piti in some real jeopardy. Moving on, Kwesi is served with legal documents from court, from Lehasa, I'm assuming. I always wonder, like, how do two people who seem to be in love at one point get to a point where they never want to see each other or even talk to each other? Now they're going through court and this. And it's like, at one point these two people were so in love that you will never had thought that they will ever be in this situation. Like, I get things happen, right? I get things happen. But how does someone get from loving someone to now you want nothing to do with that person? I just never really understood that. And it could be that, sure, I haven't experienced something like someone doing something to me that I will feel like, okay, you know what, this is it, and I'm just going to be no being civil anymore. I'm just going to be harsh, rude, disrespectful, and all of that. Because personally, I don't think that there will ever be any person who will have that kind of power over me, where if they were to do something, that something will change who I am as a person. I know what kind of person I am, and I don't think there will ever be anyone who will do, regardless of what they can do, I don't think they will ever do anything that will change my character. So, but that's just me. So that's why this intrigues me. Like, what is that thing? Where does it go that bad? From where you are during the honeymoon phase, you are loving each other and stuff, to now it's like, nah, I want nothing to do with this person. The thought of them just disgusts you. Like, because I think that's two extremes. That's the two extremes when, I guess I'll never understand until maybe I go through it, which I doubt I'll ever go through it because of just for the reasons that I've mentioned. But anyway, that just intrigues me. That's the point that I wanted to make. Thursday, Rachel is filled with dread when her boss summons her to another country, to Russia. That's that guy from Russia. I think what would be nice. Speaking of Russia, I think most of us will already know and are aware of what's been going on lately with Russia influencers and human trafficking. Now imagine if Skeem Saam. Now again, I don't know just how they do the recording. Is it do they do like a week recording? Do they do like recordings prior, like a week prior or a month prior or this and that? Because what would have been nice here if they were actually recording in real time was, now Rachel is summoned to another country, which is Russia, and once she gets there, and we get to find out that actually she's been also involved in bringing other girls over to Russia and have the whole kidnapping thing going on. I think that would have made a nice twist, and yeah, that would have made a nice twist. But I don't think they're recording this in real time, so by the time maybe they probably would want to include that, it will probably be too late. The kind of stories that I enjoy is the ones that blend fiction and reality, where I like those kind of stories where some of the stories that they tell will be a blend of what's really happening currently in the country or in the world, and some part just fiction. So I enjoy those kind of stories. But anyway, going on. Pretty and Clement are shocked by a theoretical. No, not what? How do I even pronounce it? A theatrical display at Lehasa's house. Yeah, a theatrical, like theater kind of theatrical. At display at Lehasa's house. Can only wonder what that is. Maybe the Lehasa has done some. I think this has to do, or I assume this has to do with the kid, with his son. Maybe he has done some, like the house decorated to accommodate a kid type of thing. An olive branch is offered in the Maputa's household. Exactly what I was saying. That this is where it's going. So now they try to call it truce, which, if you ask me, it's about time. But at the same time, just when I'm saying that, and now it just hit me like, these guys have been going through all of this, and what seemed to have been a problem is that they actually never even talked about this, which was part of the problem, or part of Tibo's anger for so long, is because after the date, they actually never had to sit down and really talk about it. It was never there. It was all fight, 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 fight. Nobody wanna listen to anything. And now more recent, when they done that, their relationship seems to be a bit, or how they treat each other seems to be a bit better after the conversation that they had. And now someone is offering the olive branch. It's about forgiving, or at least trying to work things through. On Friday, just when Mapiti thinks she's in the clear, old wounds reopen, creating more tension. Can only wonder what this is. These old wounds might be something to do with, what's his name? Thomas. DJ Thomas. Might be something to do with that. But I'll wait and see. I can't make any speculations here, because unless it's to do with Thomas, I really can't think of any other wounds. An unexpected visit forces Lehasa to reevaluate his desires. Unexpected. I'm assuming it's the son. Whatever custody or what do you call it when you're visiting your kid and you're trying to fight to have more time, whatever that is. I think this is that. He's reevaluating his desires, as in, well, I really need to be spending a little more time with the son than maybe just doing these other things. Mr. Homu stuns Melita and Pex with great news. Oh, when last they even showed this, it's like, there are storylines. It's a touch and go. And even though there's no need for the story, and they just I don't know what's happening. I don't know, because any story should have an objective. What is the objective? What are you trying to what message are you trying to tell us? What are you trying to teach us? So every story there that comes from that objective, you can see it. But in this case, I think it's almost like the writers just have no objective in mind, and they just go and try to write something that they would think would be entertaining without any objective to it. So that's, I feel most of the storylines are like that, where this is why the advertising, they don't even want to spend a little of time doing something in like creating a story that then combines the advertisement in it, because that's creativity, which I think is something that's really lacking currently with the writers. So anyway, so that was that. The one storyline again that I'm looking forward to is that drug laws, money laundering, and the trip to Russia. I hope it reveals some kidnapping, human trafficking. I hope, but I doubt though. As I've said, that I'm not sure as how they do their recordings. So that was it for this week. Until next week, I'm Young. I'm out.